Hello, everybody. It's Friday.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick.
And I'm Bill.
That's my husband, Bill. I love how you did that.
I am Bill.
Okay, so let me just see if I can get us to go live on the laptop. Do you have your sound down, Bill? All right. So come on in, say hello, tell us where you're from. We love that. Be sure to like and follow us. If you've never seen us before, I don't know if I have this. I need to probably tip this camera just a little bit so if you get
from Philadelphia.
sick easy. There we go. So tip that a little bit so we can see. All right, so hi Beth Ann, hi Marcia, hi Deborah, hi Janelle. Good to see you. Let's see. Did I miss someone? There's Nicole. Nicola. There's Jackie. Whoop, whoop. So, welcome. I said Beth Ann. There's Laura. I have got a cute show for you today.
So cute.
So cute. So, I'm going to take this off and we're going to just go right away into it. So I've been kind of doing a little bit on card layouts and how to change them to work for you. And I am really super excited. I picked a very simple layout. I don't know how well this will show on camera, but there is kind of a banner in the back and then a heart and kind of a half moon on there. And we do have some dies that cut that out. Of course, we've got some new ones, but let me come back to this and let me just show you. Here's one card layout. Of course, I took the card and I made it my own. So I did follow the same idea, but I made it on an A2 card instead of a square card. I took this out because I felt like the daisies really added enough to this. So this is one. And then here's another one where I really kind of followed the layout as it was. Cool. Yeah, and I used, this was back probably in January, February, where I was doing the celebration paper. And then, of course, there's this one. I like
that one.
Do you like? Yeah, you always did like this one, didn't you? So here's 3 that I did. And today I'm going to go a step farther with this. I've been getting so much feedback that you guys are liking these layouts. And I have more, and I need to get more posted on my Pinterest page, and I haven't, it's been kind of crazy. So let me pull this one back in.
Okay.
And this is where we're going to start. This does not mean this is what the card should look like at the end. It doesn't necessarily have to have a heart or a banner like that. This is just an idea, is what these give you and how to use them. Now, let me just say, Bill, you'll be excited. We're going to be using some online exclusives today. So other than like the embellishments and ribbon and the DSP that we're going to use, you're not going to find anything here in our catalog because you're actually going to find these
online exclusively. Woohoo!
So you would have to go to my online store to even see it. There's no catalog available for the exclusives. So let's just start with the layout. It's a pretty simple layout. It looks like they've got some sort of a die cut that can cut across, which we actually have one that's like this in another set that we have, but one of the online exclusives is the Elegant Borders dies. So this is a set of 4 dies, and this is the one that I'm going to be using. So I want to talk about this. Because I have a piece here that's already cut out with it. So when you use this die, this is what it makes. So let's start there. It cuts out an edge of your cardstock with this really pretty little design. When you use this, if you put it this way on here, it's going to cut the the side that has kind of, let's just call this a heart. As I'm looking at it, it just kind of like the heart shape there, or the scalloped edge on here. So you could cut out a piece that had one on one side and one on the other for your card. And that's not what I'm doing today. But I decided that this would work perfectly for my card going across, like so, right? So I'm going to use this, even though it's not the rounded circle. The cutting edge is on this kind of scallop side, or the heart side. Yeah, and you can see it here. And then it gives kind of a little emboss type detail and cuts out this. So I just laid this. You do need your large Stampin' Cut emboss machine to go across with this. And I laid it down at the edge, and I made sure that I had it so that this was kind of centered. And as you see, I've got just a little bit there and a little bit there on each side. So I've got this centered, okay? And I like to do like a little piece of washi tape. I've seen people do, and I've done too, is Post-it notes. That took me a minute. Okay, so there are plenty of other shapes that are absolutely gorgeous. I just started with this one because it fit this layout that I chose. And again, this is an online exclusive, and it's called Elegant Border Dies. So the next thing that is an online exclusive, I've done one demonstration with this already, but it is the Irresistible Blooms dies. And while I'm here, it's got all these blooms. I'm going to pull out the largest one because we're going to be cutting that out. And I'll get that going. So this is really, really fun. And this, if you use our, what is the name of it? You know, I can never think of the name of it when I want it, right? Let me look here. It is our adhesive sheets. It goes down very easily. So you run it through, you put your cardstock down, and then you pull, and you leave the other side covered, and then you run it through, and then it pulls right off, and then you can use it on your project. I'm not using that one today. And this beautiful stamp set. So we're going to be using these leaves, this large flower, these leaves, and this hello, which is so fun. So let's get started on that. And I am going to take our paper trimmer, and everyone does this a little different. I am the type that doesn't necessarily measure everything. So I'm just going to look at this and kind of decide where I want that to live on this card. So I know our card bases are about 4 1/4. So I'm going to go to the 3-inch line, and I'm lining up the 2 parts of the scallop on here so that that's nice and straight and flat. And we're just going to cut this off because I want to use this piece for some stamping. So now I have this part of the card layout, okay? Yeah. So I'm going to do a white card base. And I do like to use the thick white, but I've got enough layers on this that I'm just going to go ahead and use the regular basic white card base. This is for an A2 card, so if you're from other countries watching, I don't know what yours would be. So this will go like this on our card. So you can see how I'm matching that, just it's got a neat little embellishment. Okay, from there, I chose, this is my favorite DSP in this pack. Now you've seen me use this a couple times already. This is the Flowers and More. It is a Host Designer Series paper. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It has all these fun papers. This would probably be my next favorite right here. I love these little flowers. So I cut off, and let me check. It is a 2-inch by, let's see, 5 1/2. So, which will be perfect for the base of this card. So let's just start right there. Make sure I've got that down at the bottom. So we're following, that's going to be where this piece of lovely cardstock will be covering. Okay. sometimes when I'm laying it down, I use that green glue to move it, and then you can just lay it flat and you get it right on there. Perfect. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. We're going to be getting some more snow here. We are located, Bill and I are located in Iowa. And
got 4 inches last night.
Yeah, it probably would have been more, but a lot of it started to melt. It was 4.5, Bill, according to the airport. So now I'm going to place this one right on top. And you can see I've now copied this design and given it a beautiful edging, which I like a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think we would have had more. It would have read more if it wouldn't have melted. We had some melt. It was a very sloppy, wet snow. Okay, so placing that on there, and I just got, I hate that when I do that. I get a little goober. Yep. This thing is my best friend. Okay. So now you can see how that's turned out. Very easy so far. So anybody who is new and joining us, and this is something that if you have some basic supplies, a die cutting machine, a trimmer, you could easily make this. So let's set this aside. I like to start with the bases, but let's set this aside. And let's do my color. Isn't that edge detail absolutely gorgeous? So I'm going to use some Parakeet Party. This is our brightest green, and I'm going to do some leaves. So let's just stamp down some leaves here for our project. Okay, and these all have die cuts that will cut them out. So we'll set this aside for now. And then I will take a piece of, this is a scrap piece of polished pink. So I love that stamp set. This is called the Irresistible Blooms. I love this a lot, and I love the thick lining on this, and we're going to do a little bit of a technique. So I want to start by embossing this. So wherever you're going to have this live, I'm going to throw down a little bit of the Emboss Buddy powder, and then the Versamark ink glue, so I can just glue this in, or put the glue down to hold the embossing powder down. And we're going to do white embossing powder. Yeah, I love your little commentary. So I'm going to give that a good press. I'm not rocking it, but I am giving it a good press. Okay, there we go. And so I like to keep my embossing powders in these little containers. It's just very easy for me. And don't worry about the overspray, because we're going to be cutting this off. So this is the polished pink card that I'm using. And I'm going to heat up my heat tool. It's got 2 settings on here. And it will just heat this up, and you will see, there it goes, it starts to change. It gets nice, from kind of an off-white to a nice crisp white color. Oh, was I too far back?
Yeah, like half of it wasn't on the screen.
Oh, sorry guys. Okay, well here's what it looks like. And I do have a halo. I like to cut those down ahead of time. Now I want this to cool a minute for the next step. So let's grab the polished pink. So it's polished pink, and I'm going to take polished pink ink. That sounds funny, polished pink ink. And these are our brand new, these are the little blending brushes. We have larger ones, and then we have these little ones. I'm taking these little ones because I want more of an exact placement, and always kind of start off so you get this. Now you see the difference in the color that that made with just that little bit. I'm going to do that right in the middle. And Bill, while I'm doing this, will you
see any picture or any questions?
Will you, no, that's not what I meant. Will you get me a tissue there? Because I'm going to show them how this goes. Okay, let me get this out first. Take a little tissue or a napkin or a paper towel. After you get it on, you can see now my white isn't as white as it was, but I've got some really neat color variation in there. And so let's take this and just wipe it off. So now I have a little bit of darker kind of in the middle, like kind of like with a real flower. Isn't that pretty? You like it? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to save that because I can use that again. All right. So let's find what side this lines up on. There we go. I think I've got it. And then I always have pieces of washi tape that are kind of sticking to my lights so that I can pull it off when I need it. And I'm just gonna stick this down to hold it in place. And I want to pull out my silicone mat. This is really great with this mini to help keep it steady. The problem of it is I probably should pull this whole paper thing off because this will move because this isn't like glued down or anything. So, but it will hold it steady on this thing. That thing will move. I'm okay with that moving. So I want to get the plates. The sandwich for this is listed on here. It'll tell you what you need for a die cut. So I need plate number 1 and 2 plate number 2s for this sandwich. So is this not gonna fit? I think I got this too long. We'll just take that piece out. Sandwiches. Bill's over here going, sandwiches? I'm not serving them, Bill. Oh. You goofball. Okay, so I'm going to get this plate started, but it's moving because it's not. Let me see if it does any better on this. I should just take that all the way down. Yeah, I may have to just take it off of this thing. I thought I could keep this on here and keep going, but it's turning it. Can you hold this thing in place so that I can do this properly? Just put your hand here. I'd lift it up, but I don't know if I've cleaned. Okay, now, what's going on? Why can't I get it to go?
You need me to push it?
Maybe. I'm trying my hardest to get it in there. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
It was just afraid of me.
Okay, thank you for holding that for me. Okay. I should probably take this off because the demonstration actually does work when I don't have a slippy slidey mat on there. So I will remember that for next time. All right, let's pull this off. Now, instead of we had done those leaves and just to save some time, I have decided to go ahead and pre-cut these leaves so that we don't have to watch me try to fuss with that. Yeah, run that through too. All right, so next step of my card, and where's my diagram here, is it looks like it lives in the center of this. Okay, so before I start playing with this, I'm going to take my Starry Sky, which is the color that matches down here, and I want to ink my image up. Do I have a scrap piece here? Or I can get to it. Here, this is from Christmas, so this is way scrap. I just want to make sure I have it on my block. Oh, I need to ink that up a little bit more, don't I?
Hello.
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 Okay, I'm going to have a halo effect if I am not really careful. So I'm going to just put this in the lower right-hand corner. and give it a good press without rocking, because I really don't want a halo on this. Ta-da!
Ta-da! That's
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you.
I like that.
Do you?
Starry sky.
Yeah, it's nice and bright for this. Okay, so let's build our base. And I always like to start with looking at how I want things to lay out. And sometimes I change them up quite a bit. Sometimes I don't. Just depends. Now, you know, I do kind of like that. You can see where I'm going, right? Maybe I want this over here. You know, I think I actually did like the thicker one on this side and this here. So I really do like that. I know for sure I'm going to pop this up and I need to get those leaves around. So the best way to do it is to take a few dimensionals and kind of center them and then use your little pail to catch your scraps here. And I'm going to go ahead and place this where I think, you know what, I'm going to do one more step. I am going to use, this is the metallic woven ribbon. It is in the Sweet Sorbet. Kind of looks a little pink, but I don't think it really matters with this paper because we've got the pink in the paper and we've got the pink here. So, oops, put that. I know I got to put it on my silicone mat so it won't step. I am going to go ahead and use a little bit of Stampin' Seal kind of right where I'm going to have that on my project. And let's just do, let's lay this, and I'm going to lay this a little bit more meticulously than I do sometimes because I want a specific look to it. So yeah, we'll do that actually. I laid that flat, so it kind of looks like a little bow, right? Awesome. Okay. So now let's take this and place this on top like so. And I might just use one of these. I'm going to use a glue dot. She is so loud. Izzy's over here snoring. She had to go to the doctor today and get a bunch of shots and get caught up on all of her baby stuff. Yeah, so let's take another one. So now I have taken this layout, and instead of it going side to side, I've kind of concentrated it like this. So I've made it kind of my own, you know. All right, so we've got, I'm just going to do the two, I think. So here it's looking very similar to it, but I've used a whole different, there's no pattern down here. I've used a pattern paper instead of what they had there, you know. Okay. I like it. Okay, you do? Good. So then I'm going to take some of the 2022, 2024 in color. These are the decorative or the matte decorative dots. And I'm going to use, I take your pick tool and I'm going to go, I am one who loves to put a little bit of bling, and I love these when they go, look at that, that's so cute. So I think that ties in that hello and that little bit of blue down here, and then I still get the shimmer off of the ribbon because these are matte, and I get bright colors just like what's in here. And if I move these aside, as you can see, I've done this layout. I took it and I made it my own. So sometimes you see a layout and it just looks kind of blah and plain to you. You can turn around and you can make it your own by using what you have. And were there any questions or anything?
No.
And
reminds Jackie of a purse card.
A purse card? Oh, this does? Like a clutch? Yeah. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It really does. So see, I mean, not that that wouldn't be cute. It could be a flap over fold card. You know, it could be a long card that the bottom flips up and this flips that. That would be another whole way of doing that, Jackie. So that's a good idea. You see something different. I see something different. You know, if you wanted to, you could even stamp a design in here for your card and the back of your envelope. So That's what I like to do when I take these cards and I make them my own. I don't necessarily, I do make up the designs, but I don't necessarily make them to look like anything in particular. It's just in my mind, this is a card layout. The reason I'm trying to do that, and this is card layout 154, which I will get onto Pinterest maybe tomorrow. But I do this just to kind of give you ideas. And now that Jackie said that, I didn't see that, but now I see this purse card where it opens up and it's elongated and comes over, which I think that is awesome. You could cut it the 4 1/4, you know, size and do that. So that would be really cute too. Or you could do it this size. I wonder how you would, you'd have to probably use a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock to start.
Probably.
So, okay, so that's what I had for today. My only announcement is if you would like to purchase any of these products, all you have to do is go on to my online store. I think I do have a link up here at the top of Facebook. If you're watching me later on YouTube, I will put a link in the description box down below. This is my current host code. If for all orders that are under 150, please use that host code, which gets you into my perks program. And that's an awesome program to be a part of. There's many benefits with that. And then also, if it's over 150, you're automatically enrolled in my perks program anyway. And, but then you get the host rewards for that. And I want you to have them if you make a purchase with me of over 150. So, were there any questions now? Nothing? Okay. Well, then you guys have a wonderful Friday, and we will see you next week. Yep. Okay, next week on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Central Time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.